Hello, gentlemen. Drink olive oil and vinegar like this for massive blood flow, men over 50. If you have been using olive oil for your health and believe you are doing everything right, I want to tell you something that could completely change your results. You are only getting half of the benefit, or possibly even less than half, because olive oil, as powerful as it is, works exponentially better when it is combined with one simple ingredient that most of you already have in your kitchen cabinet. I am a urologist and men's health specialist with 7 years of experience in andrology. Today, I will explain why vinegar, specifically apple cider vinegar, is the missing piece that unlocks the full potential of olive oil in supporting blood flow, vascular health, and male function. In this video, we will examine what happens to your vascular system as you age and why men over 50 face unique challenges with blood circulation. What we are discussing today is supported by both traditional knowledge and modern medical science. Before we begin, please press the like button, leave a comment telling me where you are watching from, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss important health information designed specifically for men over 50. Now let me share what you need to know. Let me speak to you directly. Olive oil and vinegar create a biochemical synergy that neither substance can produce on its own. We are talking about meaningful improvements in blood vessel flexibility and nitric oxide production. Ultimately, I will explain the correct method of preparation, the best time to take it, and the realistic timeline for seeing real results. First, understanding the biology makes the preparation method completely logical. Your blood vessels are living tissues. They must remain flexible, responsive, and unobstructed in order to function properly. In your 30s, your blood vessels are typically elastic and resilient, able to expand quickly when increased blood flow is required. But starting around your 40s and accelerating through your 50s, 60s, and beyond, several degenerative processes begin to affect your vascular system. The endothelial cells lining your blood vessels become less efficient at producing nitric oxide, the critical molecule that signals vessels to relax and widen. The smooth muscle and vessel walls become stiffer and less responsive. Calcium and cholesterol begin to accumulate along the vessel walls, forming plaques that narrow the inner diameter. This is where things become especially important for men. These changes have a particularly strong impact on male function because the blood vessels supplying the penis are among the smallest in the body, often measuring only 1 to 2 millimeters in diameter. Even minor plaque buildup or a slight reduction in vessel flexibility can significantly reduce blood flow to this area. By the time most men reach their 60s or 70s, they have accumulated years or even decades of vascular damage. But there is something else you need to understand that most men do not realize. This damage is not completely irreversible. Your body has a remarkable ability to repair and regenerate when it is given the right support. This is where the combination of olive oil and vinegar becomes critically important. Keep this in mind because it directly connects to what I am about to explain about olive oil. Let me begin by explaining what makes olive oil so valuable for vascular health. Extra virgin olive oil is one of the most extensively studied foods for cardiovascular and vascular health. The Mediterranean diet, which uses olive oil as its primary fat source, is associated with significantly lower rates of heart disease and better overall vascular function as people age. The primary compound in olive oil is oleic acid, a monounsaturated fatty acid that makes up approximately 70 to 80% of the fat content of olive oil. Oleic acid has been shown to support healthy cholesterol ratios, reduce inflammation within blood vessels, and improve the flexibility of arterial walls. Extra virgin olive oil also contains powerful polyphenols, including oleocanthal and hydroxytyrosol. These compounds exert anti-inflammatory effects that rival certain pharmaceutical anti-inflammatory medications. Olive oil polyphenols also protect LDL cholesterol from oxidation. Oxidized LDL is particularly damaging to blood vessels and is a key driver of plaque formation. By preventing this oxidation process, olive oil helps slow the early development of atherosclerosis. Research has shown that regular consumption of extra virgin olive oil improves endothelial function, meaning the cells lining your blood vessels perform better at producing nitric oxide and responding to vasodilation signals. This translates directly into improved blood flow throughout your body. But here is what most people do not realize. Now, let me explain what vinegar, especially apple cider vinegar, contributes to this powerful combination. Apple cider vinegar is produced through the fermentation of apple juice. First, yeast converts the sugars in the juice into alcohol. Then bacteria convert that alcohol into acetic acid, which is the primary active compound in vinegar. This is critically important for vascular health because elevated blood sugar damages blood vessels through a process called glycation, in which sugar molecules attach to proteins and cause them to malfunction. But the benefits of vinegar go far beyond blood sugar control. Acetic acid has been shown to support healthy blood pressure through multiple mechanisms. It influences the angiotensin-renin system that regulates blood pressure. It also appears to enhance the production and activity of nitric oxide, the primary regulator of blood vessel dilation. The organic acids in apple cider vinegar also have mild chelating properties, meaning they can bind to certain minerals and metals. This may help gradually remove calcified deposits from arterial walls, although this effect requires consistent long-term use. Here is what is remarkable. When you combine olive oil and vinegar, something happens that makes both substances more effective than when used alone. The acetic acid in vinegar enhances the absorption of fat-soluble polyphenols in olive oil. These beneficial compounds are absorbed more efficiently in an acidic environment. Your stomach produces acid for this reason, but the additional acid from vinegar further enhances this process. The polyphenols in olive oil and the polyphenols in apple cider vinegar work together to provide broader antioxidant protection than either one can provide on its own. They target different types of free radicals and protect different aspects of cellular function, creating a wider shield against oxidative damage. The anti-inflammatory effects of both substances also appear to be synergistic rather than simply additive. When consumed together, they produce a greater reduction in inflammatory markers than would be expected from consuming equivalent amounts separately. Both olive oil and vinegar support healthy endothelial function, but through slightly different mechanisms. Olive oil provides structural support and protection for endothelial cells, while vinegar enhances their activity and responsiveness. Together, they create optimal conditions for nitric oxide production and vascular health. But here is what most men do not realize about this combination. The blood sugar regulating effect of vinegar complements the insulin sensitizing effect of olive oil polyphenols. For men over 40 dealing with metabolic changes, this combination helps maintain healthy glucose metabolism, which is essential for protecting blood vessels. If this information is new to you, press the like button. Next, I will guide you through how to prepare and consume this powerful combination in the most optimal way. The traditional preparation is very simple and has been used in Mediterranean cultures for thousands of years. Start with high-quality extra virgin olive oil. Quality is critical here. Look for cold-pressed oil stored in dark glass bottles and ideally sourced from a single origin. The harvest date should be recent, ideally within the past year. Fresh olive oil contains significantly higher levels of beneficial polyphenols compared to older oil. For the vinegar, use raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar that contains the mother, the cloudy sediment you see settled at the bottom. This indicates the vinegar has not been overly processed and retains beneficial enzymes and bacteria. The basic ratio is 3 parts olive oil to 1 part vinegar. For a daily therapeutic dose, this usually means 3 TBSP of olive oil mixed with 1 TSP of apple cider vinegar. Add the vinegar to a small bowl or cup first. Add a small pinch of sea salt and whisk briefly. The salt helps the vinegar and oil combine more thoroughly. Then slowly drizzle in the olive oil while whisking continuously. This creates an emulsion where the oil and vinegar temporarily blend instead of separating into distinct layers. Now, timing and method of consumption significantly affect the blood sugar regulation and metabolic benefits you receive. Consuming the olive oil and vinegar mixture immediately before or with the largest meal of your day produces optimal results. The vinegar slows gastric emptying and carbohydrate absorption, while the olive oil promotes satiety and supports a healthy insulin response. Many men find that consuming this preparation in the morning on an empty stomach produces the most noticeable effects on overall energy and vascular function. On an empty stomach, the beneficial compounds are absorbed quickly and efficiently. For men specifically focused on improving blood flow for male function, consuming this mixture 45 to 90 minutes before desired circulation can provide acute benefits. However, the most meaningful improvements come from consistent daily use over weeks and months rather than single acute doses. Let me explain what happens in your body over time when you consistently consume this olive oil and vinegar combination. In the first few weeks, you may notice improvements in digestion and energy levels. Vinegar supports healthy stomach acid production and digestive enzyme activity. Olive oil provides steady energy and helps you feel satisfied after meals. Many men notice that their blood sugar feels more stable. The afternoon energy crashes that trouble many men become less pronounced. Within 1 to 2 months, more significant vascular changes begin to occur. Blood pressure often shows favorable shifts. Arterial wall flexibility improves, which is often subjectively noticed as a general sense of better circulation. The anti-inflammatory effects accumulate over time. Markers of chronic inflammation in the blood decrease. This reduction in inflammation allows endothelial cells to function more optimally and supports healing of existing vascular damage. By the 3 to 6 month mark, men commonly report noticeable improvements in male function and blood flow. Erection quality improves, reliability increases, and tissue feels healthier and more robust. These changes reflect genuine improvements in vascular health rather than temporary stimulation. For men with existing vascular disease or significant plaque buildup, a longer period may be required to see maximal benefits. Have you ever imagined that at 60 or 70 years old, you could still possess a vascular system that is youthful and flexible like it was in your earlier years? This is not a fanciful dream, but the result of understanding and personal discipline. The combination of extra virgin olive oil and apple cider vinegar represents one of the most effective natural interventions currently available to support vascular health and blood circulation for men over 50. This is not a quick fix or a temporary reactive solution. This is a way of respecting and supporting the body's innate ability to heal and regenerate itself. By addressing the root of the vascular damage that has accumulated over decades, you are genuinely rejuvenating your internal operating system. The most valuable lesson I want you to take with you today is this. A man's strength lies in understanding and discipline. Do not wait until everything becomes too late to start caring. Begin applying this method today. Mix 3 TBSP of olive oil with 1 TSP of apple cider vinegar. Consume it in the morning or before your main meal and remain consistent for at least 8 to 12 weeks. You will see your body respond in remarkable ways through your energy levels, blood pressure, and even male performance. If this video has given you a completely new perspective on vascular health, press the subscribe button to support me. Do not forget to leave a comment and let me know whether you have ever tried